Except for today, Dad.
Okay, Junior, I'm recording now. Okay, so here we go. This is another video. Okay, what you're looking at here is a bag. Yep, that's correct. You're looking at a bag. Why are you looking at a bag? Because this is something I've tried to pass on to people. Most people don't listen. Most people don't care. But this is to help people who are going to deploy. And I've seen this, I've deployed a lot of times, and I've seen the same amateur rookie mistakes made by people who either didn't know any better, I feel bad for, or just didn't care. If you're the kind of person that just keeps making the same mistakes over and over again and really doesn't care, I'm going to give you a hint. Just click off right now. However, if you are doing something like annual training or going on a mission to someplace you've never been before, this might save you a lot of grief in the future. The one thing you're going to need is a hygiene bag. Got to take care of your body for health and just so you just look good, you feel better, you feel sharp, able to handle the war. So the first thing, this is what I generally take. I've had this bag now for a long time. It's really, I'm sorry, it's a Spec Ops brand bag. Retail, if you person who wants to pay full price for everything, this thing lists retail $50. Don't do that. Do what I did. Just keep going through enough, used hand stores, find secondhand stuff on the internet, and then you can have a bag your own. The best bag for the cheapest price is going to be, of course, you got it, it's going to be a Combat Lifesaver bag. If you have a new one, I mean the old time, not the ones that look like backpacks, that's just too much bag. I'm talking about the old school 1990s ones. I've seen the knockoff versions on the internet. New, 20 bucks, perfectly fine. They will last forever. What the important thing is you have the 3 compartments. You gotta keep your stuff separate. You don't want to have some big, ugly bag. That's what's so sad is I just hate seeing people with that overstuffed PX plastic bag, AFES bag, whatever you want to call it. I'm sorry, those bags will rip. At the slightest provocation, those bags will rip, and I've seen it many more times than I can imagine, or you can imagine. Watch some soldier in the shower room and watch their PX AFES bag with all their little hygiene kits in it fall right over the floor. And you want to help them, but there's just nothing to do. So this is kind of unique here. This is going to be my checklist on my hygiene bag. So after I do my mission, I go through my list, or before mission, because I found out I'm actually short a couple things. When I go for my mission, I've got my checklist. See if you can see it there. Of the stuff I need. I've got my bag. I'm going to go right through the list. And first of all, I need my checklist. This prevents, I know, it seems boring. It seems like you don't have much of a life if you're making a checklist. This checklist will pay you back. It will save you in lost time. Time is money. Time is important. You lose your time, you can't get it back. Alright, so I got my hygiene bag, got my checklist. And one thing, I got a dry erase marker so I can maintain my checklist. It goes in the bag. Alright, so I got my bag. Next thing is, I didn't say this stuff was going to be free, but I like this. This, I think I just walked into clothing sales and plunked down 15 bucks for my Pelican case. I like it because it's got a nice clear lid, so I don't have to take it apart and inventory it. But this is going to be for the stuff that gets damaged, whether you're going in an unpressurized aircraft hold or just gets kicked around like a soccer ball. So in here, in my little case, I've got my moisturizer and my sunscreen. I've got my razors here because these things break really easy. And of course I have toothpaste, among other things. These are all on my checklist. On your toothpaste, try to, if you can, make sure it's a screw top, because if it's like that little click top, I know it's nice for one-handed, but your click top toothpaste, a lot of times it goes all over everywhere. And even if it does, if you have an explosive decompression with your whatever, your sunscreen here, your toothpaste, it's in a case. So there's nothing sadder, I'm sure we've all experienced that, of having a container go loose inside of our bag. Nothing really is more of a mood killer than having shampoo all over the inside of your hygiene bag. So that's my hard case. Hard case keeps my stuff in there that I don't, my fragiles, like my razors, and also my liquids, like my toothpaste and my sunblock. So that's going to go in there. There's no rhyme or reason, just pick different pouches. Just because, this is going to be for the desktop stuff, and I've got another pouch for stuff that I use in the shower. What else I got here? I got my shampoo. Okay. And the shampoo is very important that I buy the cheapest stuff I can find. Say it's about $1.50 there at clothing sales. This is the most important thing you have with your shampoo. Always, always, always wrap your shampoo up in a Ziploc bag. I zip it like that. And it doesn't even have to be zipped. I'm doing my best zip there, but okay. Now I know whatever happens to my bag, my shampoo, at least my shampoo is not going to spill all over the insides of my bag. So I got that going for me. Shampoo. Toothbrush. Where's my toothbrush at? I don't think, let's see here. I actually already had to use my toothbrush. So now I know I gotta get myself a toothbrush. I've got a big box of extra items, so anytime I can grab an extra toothbrush or something like that, I go grab it. That's why we do this, because I had to use it for something else. My toothbrush was in here. I'm going to have one after this video. Okay, so we got toothpaste. That's why we do these, we call pre-combat inspections, pre-combat checks. This is a PCC, and I've found myself short of a toothbrush. Alright, now I do have this stuff. Alright, I got my antiperspirant. The great stuff here is that it doesn't crush. I can just put that in there anywhere. So I got that. I got my Power Fresh. And know the brand. It's important that when you're deploying, you only have one bag, if that. You want to have your, whatever stuff that you prefer, you have a big stash of it back at the home office. It might be parents, it might be a friend, or whatever else. You give them an address when you got your stuff, and then they're going to mail it all out to you. I had a heck of a time finding my favorite brands downrange. I had to order the stuff, or even order it on Amazon Prime, which wasn't very fun at all. Really more expensive than it had to be. I'm going right on down the line here. Okay, I got my contact lenses. I have a really heavy duty prescription. So I like wearing contact lenses so I don't look all Coke bottle-eyed any more than I have to. I look goofy enough as it is. Now I'll go in there. And I got spare contacts. I'm going to have spare saline solution in there. Not now, because that's one of the things I found out. I've got a spare pair of glasses in there, and if you're like me, you have, in addition to a spare pair of prescription glasses, also a spare pair of reading glasses. So I've got my sunblock in there. I've got my mouthwash. That's handy. Keep myself fresh especially after eating. Let's see here. Contact lenses are good. I've got my disposable razors there. You notice I don't use shaving cream. I find I'm just happy shaving in the shower. Anywhere you have a shower, you can do some shaving. I need my contact lens solution. I got my floss. And huge is I got to have my drinking cup. I got to have a drinking cup. I'm just one of those people, and I got my plastic drinking cup. I think it cost me $1 at Walmart, and I can also use it for additional storage. And then once I've got that stuff, then I can start taking additionals. If I still have room in here, I got my first aid kit, got band-aids and stuff, and it sounds kind of silly, but it's amazing. I may not get cut, but one of my teammates might get a cut. And it's just hard to continue mission when you got an open sore or an open wound. So I got my little as-needed first aid kit before the combat lifesavers on the scene. As we all know, we got to have our creature features. I got my phone charger and a spare cable, because this is going to come through a lot of these videos, guys. I saw this especially in my first deployments to a country that we'd never been to really much before. I saw our organization pretty much descend into just pure savagery. Not, you know, and just people fighting over stuff like power cords, people fighting over fans, people just fighting to the, you know, it was really degrading our team effort. People like renting out fans and stuff like that. You know, you got to bring a little extra. If you're going to be a squared away soldier, taking care of your stuff, you got to bring a little extra. So I'm bringing a cable for my phone and an extra one for someone else that maybe didn't plan ahead. I'm sorry, only the strong can protect the weak. I'm not saying I'm strong, I'm just saying I've got 2 chargers here for phones. All right, and I don't use an iPhone because that's just for rich people. All right, we're kind of finishing up here. I got a little bit of my pills here. I'm not big into I'm not like a pill popper, as that's why the Army's got Motrin, but these are whatever, Zyrtex. I find that they just cut down on just incessant sniffling. And what I like is I picked them up at the AAFES shopette because they come in these little individual, you know, kind of crush-proof sealers. So that's handy, and I can always, I'm pretty quick to throw these around. If I've got someone in the office I can't stand their sniffling, I'll throw one of these at them and hit them in the head. So that's their call. I hope Jag is listening there. And my idea, if I get a headache, you know, wherever, listening to people I don't want to listen to, I got my aspirin. And this is also very handy. The last thing is it's a flashlight. Well, duh, it's a flashlight. But it's not white light. So I can move around in a tent, and I can maneuver around in darkness, and I'm not waking up the neighbors. There's nothing more annoying. Don't be that guy that's going around in the tent with his, you know, 5,000 lumen Surefire tack light, lighting the whole tent up, and probably, you know, that flashlight, I'm amazed that thing doesn't start the tent on fire. You know, you bring in a nice little, you know, blue light like this so you can find your hunker down site. Please don't bring in a lightsaber. We're not going to be impressed. So as you can see, even just now, going through my kit now, is that I found out, hey, I forgot a toothbrush. So I'm going to get myself a toothbrush. I'm also going to get myself some contact lens solution. And I'm probably going to go through it one more time. And when I get done with my mission, I'm going to go through the checklist again, make sure it's ready to go. And the great thing is if I have to go anywhere else, it's ready to go. I don't have to worry about it. The stuff's pretty stable. So that's what I've seen that's bothered me for 30 years now, of people who just either they didn't know to pack, and that's not a bad on them, no one told them. Maybe a video will get to someone who can use it. But I do know the first thing about keeping yourself motivated, keeping yourself on the mission, is taking care of yourself, of your body, keeping yourself, you know, clean. And because otherwise, if you're dirty and grungy, it's hard not to think about anything else but being dirty and grungy. So that's one thing. If you follow those simple instructions, it's nice not to ever have to worry about your hygiene again. So you're going to have, yes, leave your stuff at home. You're going to have all that stuff that's, you know, in your bathroom, just leave it there. When you're getting ready to do a move, a drill weekend with, you got that nice deal of lodging in kind, here's your lodging in kind bag. This is your lick bag. Don't go through your bathroom and just grab all your usual kit, because you know you're going to forget something. And you're going to need it at the worst possible time. So this goes in your drill bag. Get everything you need. You're going to do a little inventory when you get back from drill. And you're going to think, wow, that was the best drill ever. Because that's what we're all about. Best drill ever.